From Coldspring, Oakhurst Stadium in Cold Spring, Texas, Lamar football is on the air as Coug Sports Net presents to you your Lamar Cougars as they take on the Trojans of Cold Spring. Brandon Williams along with Lewis Perrin Jr., Mike Lockwood, Senior Stats is on the sideline with us tonight. And guys, last week was just last week. Got to cross that one out against a good Texas City team. Focus right now is against a pretty good Cold Spring team. We faced them twice last season. Split 1-1. We got the most important one in the playoffs, but new season, new opportunities, not only for the Cougars, but also for your Trojan team that got a pretty tough loss to them, handed to them by the state champion Navasota Rattlers last week.
Yeah, it was a major pounding for them. They were 1-1, led by their senior quarterback, Caleb Morrison. Almost solid ground game for these guys. You know, they're gonna come at the defense hard, and you're gonna notice a couple of names that may not get called a whole lot on the Lamar defensive side tonight for a couple of different reasons, and so it's going to present a little bit of a challenge for Lamar. That rush defense, that front three on that 3-4 defense is going to have to step it up tonight, Brandon.
No question about it. Run defense was a big problem last week as Texas City was able to run for well over 200 yards against them, but a pretty spirited week of practice. Good focus by Coach Dr. Mike Jackson and his staff. And it looks like this Cougars team is definitely well prepared to go on the first of 4 games. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Back here at Cold Spring Oakhurst High School, set for kickoff. We'll take a look at the team captains, and for Lamar, it will be linebacker Val Allen, number 5, number 33, Reggie Franklin, number 6, Ladarian Ellis Jones, and number 57, Marquez Baker. For Cold Spring, Lewis.
Number 2, Douglas Johnson, number 14, Caleb Morrison, number 9, Skylar Millard, and we'll catch this last 24, it looks like, doesn't it?
It is number 24.
And
that's going to be Patrick
Giddens. Yep.
Right before we got back on the air, your cowbells and sounds of trains made you feel like you're thrown back in a time warp to 2004 and 05. Some of those epic battles we had with Kilgore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were up there at Kyle Field. I remember that horn.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. All right. Looks like Cold Spring's going to receive, guys.
Yes, sir.
So we will see see right off the bat just how well Lamar defense has improved from last week.
Well, I tell you what, you're not going to see too many teams in this state too much better than that Tech City team we faced last week.
There
guys.
is no question about that. That is a team that, without question, is going to be a legitimate state title threat, and we're talking as well. Our open week is going to be on October 4th. Just happens to be the same night Dawson and Texas City face off at each other out at Stingery Stadium, and that game's going to have not only district implications, also it's going to have some state implications as well.
Yep, and you're probably your Region 3 finalists very possibly as well.
Exactly.
Yep. All right, guys, good night for football up here in Cold Spring. Nice little 2-hour drive from Lamar up here in the
Texas
Piney,
Woods.
Piney Woods.
Piney Woods, indeed.
Yes, sir. A lot of tall pine trees all around here on that one little drive right after you got out of Cleveland 59 and took 20-25 up here.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a nice little crowd of Cougar fans over there on the far side that made the trip.
Yes, we do.
Definitely. So we'll take a quick look at the return specialist for the Trojans. It's going to be number 2, Douglas Johnson. He's the guy in the middle. Number 22 is going to be Tony Butler. And looks like number 28, and that's going to be Daylon Giddings. Set the kickoff for Lamar is going to be Ricky Guillen. Guillen was one of the bright spots last week, guys. 5 for 5 on extra points.
Yes, sir. You know, and that sets, not to interrupt you there, Brandon, but you said 5 for 5. That means that Lamar had 35 points on the board, which, a lot of teams could have very easily just rolled over and died. You know, Lamar giving up 14 points in 16 seconds in that first quarter, but Lamar continued the battle all night long. That was a good sign also.
No question. Down 42-7 at one point. They definitely made Texas City fight for that full 48 minutes.
Yeah, you take out that first 5 minutes, and that was a tie ball game.
Indeed. Field it is going to be to Giddings. And Giddings has got a bit of room, and he is going to be down and around at 32, maybe the 33-yard line.
Yeah, just 14 yards on that return before Lamar was able to close them off fairly quickly.
Good coverage by the Cougar special teams. As the Giddings offense comes on the field, Caleb Morrison, I mentioned, is the starting quarterback. We'll take a quick look at some of the Lamar defenders. As they will go 1st and 10. A little bit of an offset eye. Hand up is going to be to number 32. That's going to be Alec Dunham, and Dunham's going to break one tackle. Won't break the second one as number 7, Tyree Mason.
Caught him from behind, chased him down from this near side all the way over to the far side.
Very good pursuit by the Cougars right off the bat. Val Allen, number 5. Number 7 we saw, Tyree Mason. Chason Douglas anchoring that secondary. Had 2 interceptions last week. Daquan Jones doubling a little bit. He's going to be playing running back, also playing a little bit of corner as well this evening. Number 2, Demetrius James, wide receivers at safety. So on 2nd down, handoff is going to be again to big number 32, Alec Dunham. And Dunham's not going to get much of anything. It was, again, that Cougar defense right off the bat playing with a lot of fire right now.
5, Val Allen, 44, Justin Britton in there to make the stop.
Big number 45, William Tenner in there as well. So 3rd down now. And they'll call it around 7. So they spot the ball at the 36-yard line.
You got number 52 up there on that front line too, guys.
Number 52.
Kenneth Edwards. That's a name we know real well.
Exactly. Toss on 3rd down. Back it's going to be to Giddings, and Giddings is going to fall short of the 1st down. Slip, but again, good coverage, and it looks like this is going to be one of those nights where Tyree Mason's name is going to be mentioned a lot.
Yeah, they got the benefit of a hold back there in the backfield, too, as started out as a real nice block, pancaked our defensive lineman, then just sat there on him, literally sat there on him.
So,
remember last year, guys, Coldspring went for 4th down numerous times in that first game where they won overtime in Lamar, but then they also did the same thing in the playoffs at Reliance Stadium, and it didn't work so well. So we're going to see how Lamar holds up here. Looks like they're going for 4th again.
So 4th down, short. Johnson, number 2. Tristan Elsick, number 12. The deep backs in. Looks like it will be a 1st down.
1st down and then some. Got a couple extra. Needed 1.5. Got about 3.5.
Went to Patrick Giddings.
We'll get some of those guys in the backfield back there, guys. Looks like we got number
Chason Douglas, number 8. Number 2 is mentioned. Demetrius James playing 24. A little bit of safety. Number 24, Daquan Jones.
26.
Yep. Number 26, Dylan Billot. 1st down, and up again to Giddings, and Giddings is going to turn the corner. 1st down, a little more, 40. Down to around the 35, making around the 32-yard line as it's Patrick Giddings getting the ball past midfield. Looks like he will be tackled around the 33-yard line. So a gain of about 20.
One name very conspicuous in its absence, number 33 out there today. He is dressed. He can play if he absolutely had to, but coach is holding him out. He had a minor shoulder separation last week. And like I said, he is dressed and can play. But Reggie Franklin is probably going to try and ride the pines as much, or coach is going to have him ride the pines as much as he can.
It's a long season, guys.
That's it.
Giddings out, 1st down. Running back is going to be Butler, and Butler's going to be swarmed. Good coverage there by number 2. That's going to be Demetrius James.
Yep.
James and Douglas there on the stop.
You know, one thing, guys, that's going to be very important for this Lamar defense is how well they hold Coldspring on 1st down. I think that would dictate on how they're going to be able to control this ball game if they can hold them to a minimum gain on 1st down.
Down to the 32-yard line, so make it 2nd down, 9:18 to go, 1st quarter. Opening drive here at Coldspring Oakhurst High School. Pro set toss is going to be again to Giddings, and this time it's going to be a huge hole. Huge hole plowed forward. That's going to be Dalen Giddings. So the brothers Giddings are doing a pretty good number, and it looks like a man is down. We'll go ahead and take a commercial break. 9:06 to go, 1st quarter. Coug Sports Now will be right back. After the injury, and it was their leading rusher, unfortunately for them, Alec Dunham, needed some help to get off the field. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 coming up. Handoff is going to be to Giddings, and it's going to be Dalen Giddings. Quick hitter is going to take him inside the 20.
And you're going to have another one down.
And looks like another man down. We'll take a break. Coug Sports Net will be right back.
Man.
Number 12, Tristan Elsick, able to come up the field under his own power. It's up there, a 5-yard gain by Dalen Giddings. It's 2nd and 5. It's also going to be again to Giddings. Giddings turns the corner inside the 5-yard line. And did he get in? He did. Touchdown. So right off the bat, the Trojans will score on a 13-yard run by Dalen Giddings to make it 6-0 with 8:29 to go first quarter. That fourth down play really sparked them, and they just carried it from there, guys.
That's it. Yeah, Lamarque's defense was able to contain, but just not contain all the way down the field. Little bits of containment in hops and skips, but like I said, that fourth down play was a big momentum changer for him.
Morrison is going to get the kick. He's the quarterback and also the kicker, and he is good. So 8:29 to go first quarter. Coldspring scores on their opening drive. Cougars will await to see if they can counter 7-0 Coldspring. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 8 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the first quarter as the Cougars trailing 7-0. Back deep for Lamar, number 22, Alan Cooper.
And 24, isn't it?
And number 24, Daquan Jones. They await the kick from Caleb Morrison. Cooper and Jones both lined up and around their 10-yard line. And it's going to be a kick aimed toward the corner. And it's going to be fielded by Spells, and Spells will get to around the 38. No, actually around the 34-yard line. It's number 17. Excuse me, Dalian Richard.
Yeah, Richard. There we go.
So 1st and 10 for Lamar. They will have spot the ball at the 36-yard line, and that is where number 6, Ladarian Ellis-Jones, will get the offense clicking. 1st and 10. They are going to come out of the normal pistol set. It's been their base set all season, and it's going to be a call to Jones, and Jones is going to get past a couple of tacklers. Gets to around the 38, maybe around the 39-yard line, so a good run by Jones. 100-yard games, and it's both of his games so far this season.
Did a real fine job that time of following his blocks. And if you look down there at big number 74 and number 50 down there, that's Michael Smithers and Marco Dupree. That they can open up a hole.
And it's going to be Cooper turns the corner, breaks a tackle, close to a first down at around the 46-yard line. Should have it as the Cougars are showing some no huddle here in the early going.
Depending upon the spot, you're right.
As Jones, the quarterback, saw Alan Cooper, number 22. Wide receivers is Richard, number 17. Number 15 is going to be Big Mike Hardeman. Talked to his grandmother earlier before the kickoff. Wanted to say hello and wish him a good game.
They are going to call it 3rd down, about a half yard to go.
Half yard to go as Jones will switch the offense around, has Cooper to the other side of him. He will call his number, turns the corner, has the first down. Got just enough, I think.
Yep, and he got hit.
It's going to be
solidly.
close. It's going to be a little closer than you might have expected, but I do think he got it. Well, actually, it looks like they're going to try. They're going to spot it.
Brett Sykes that time, number 7 for Cold Springs, just did an outstanding job of hitting him solidly. He was probably a yard past that spot whenever he made initial contact and just got driven back hard.
Take a look at that Lamar offensive line. Number 34, Ashton Holmes. Number 50, Markel Dupree. Number 57, Marquez Baker. Big Mike Smith, number 74.
They actually gave it to him, guys.
They did give him the first down. So 1st and 10 for Lamar at the 47. Handoff's going to be to Cooper. Cooper tries to turn the corner, does. 45, stutter steps, 40, inside the 40-yard line to around the 37-yard line.
Gain of 16 on that carry.
Gain of 16, and the last man we didn't call on that play, Christian Miles, number 59, had a big factor in that one.
Yeah, he was. Did a real nice seal-off block on that far side.
So 1st and 10 for the Cougars inside Cold Spring territory. Ellis-Jones calls his own number, flag, and that's probably in the direction of holding.
No, sir, that is not. We had 2 men move. Both of these receivers, neither one of them were set. Both of them still walking up to the line of scrimmage. That snap went off. Wait, no huddle is a wonderful thing. You do have to wait for your players to get set.
Yeah, legal
mistakes of youth on that one, guys. We'll take it back to the 42-yard line, so it will be first down and 15. 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go first quarter. Trojans scored on their opening drive. Cougars trying to counter. Ellis-Jones in a pistol set. Hands the ball off to Cooper, and that was read perfectly. At Cold Spring front 7, basically stayed at home. Was able to swallow up Cooper. Maybe got to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
No, they're going to give him a yard and a half, but the only reason he got that yard and a half was Michael Smithers was right there standing beside him and just shoved him.
Falling forward, yep.
Big Mike Smithers falls forward. Everyone else is falling forward.
Yep.
So second down, they will call. Actually, give them around 3, so make it second down. Actually, your yard, so second and 14. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line. Ellis Jones back, flag down. We'll see up, and that's going to be a legal procedure again.
Yep.
And the old penalty bug starting to show up a bit too early for Lamar, so that's going to put them now in a second and 19 situation.
But again, that's a situation where that no huddle just going a little bit too quick. Ellis Jones is going to have to take a look, survey down both sides of that line, make sure his guys are set before he gets that play off.
Second and long situation coming up. Ball at the 47-yard line. They will need to get the ball to around the 27. Handoff is going to be to Cooper. Cooper turns the corner, has a couple of blocks, 40. Gets close to around the 35 before he is hit out of bounds. It's like number 2 on the tackle. That's Douglas Johnson.
Got the penalty yards plus 1 or 2 extra. It's going to bring up, looks like a third and about 9.
Third and 9 makes it a little more manageable for Jackson and the offense.
Oh, yeah.
Again, back into a no huddle. Backs to either side of Ellis Jones. Tight set with only one wide receiver. Should be a free play, though, and they will stop it.
Think there was encroachment, maybe?
Somebody was jumping both sides or screaming and yelling, but somewhere lies the truth. And the truth is going to go against it's going to go against Coldspring. Easily see Ladarian Ellis-Jones quickly pointing out the fact that someone jumped, and that whistle came a bit early because the Cougars could have had a free play out of that one.
And he's
unless contact was made, in which case it's dead regardless.
He's actually mastered that hard count so far this year, guys.
He was very successful in that last week. So third down and 4. It'll be Ellis Jones calling his number. Spins back, lost his balance around the 34-yard line, but give some credit to Coldspring. They were able to cut past the Lamar blockers and put themselves made a wall that made it pretty difficult for Jones to outmaneuver.
Yeah, he tried to make a real severe cutback. That wasn't just cutting back against the grain. That was a 180-degree turn and just lost his footing when he made that first step.
Fourth down. So the Cougars will go in and punt, and it will be Datrion Cole who will be doing the punting for the Cougars. He is lined up at the 47-yard line.
Guys, they're far enough into that territory.
Johnson lined up, and it'll be a delay-up game.
Okay.
So push the Cougars back 5.
Yeah, when they were down inside that, right there at that 35-yard line, I'm trying to figure out what are you doing setting up for a punt, guys? I mean,
yeah,
a little trickeration maybe.
Don't think you'll see the trickeration coming here. When we get down 4th down and 12. Johnson's the deep back lined up at the 10-yard line. Will snap, and Cole will get it off. Nice kick. That's going to get a Lamar bounce, and it's going to be down and around the 3-yard line.
That ball went dead sideways when it hit that ground. That was a nice kick.
That was a nice kick, and that delay-up game paid off.
It did. That ball would have been in the end zone if it weren't for that extra 5 yards.
Cole gets the extra cushion, and the Coldspring Trojans will start their second drive deep in their own territory. They'll call it the 3-yard line with 4 minutes and 58 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Penalties were definitely the drive killer on that one.
Yep.
So it'll be up to the Cougars to see if they can respond on the defensive side. We'll try to contain the running game, and it looks like it's going to be Daylon Giddings turning the corner to the 10.
There's a hold.
15, 20, down to around the 25. This will come back.
It's definitely coming back. That was almost the exact same play we saw in the first one over here where I said the man got flattened and then sat on. That's exactly what you were looking at that time, too. He got flattened, and then the man laid on top of him. You can't do that.
So a gain of 20 will be all but forgotten on that one. Holding, that flag came out quick and around the 7-yard line.
Yep, that's a half the distance.
Not much real estate for the Trojans to run through.
This is where the defense really needs to take a stand, guys, so that we can get good field position.
Certainly. You look outside the interceptions by Douglas last week. Really not a lot of highlights for that Lamar defense, but this would definitely be a golden opportunity for them to get, and get that confident stride that they had against Galveston Ball in 0 week.
It ain't often you see a 1.5-yard holding penalty, but that's all there was. Half the distance.
On the first down, Morrison trying to
he's
turn
in
the
the
corner. He's
backfield.
not getting out of the end zone. Safety.
There we go.
You called it right on the spot. They needed an opportunity, and they got it. Man coming up with that one. Looks like that was Demetrius James who's going to get credited for the safety. But I'll tell you what, Giddings had absolutely no chance of getting around that corner.
Boy, and I tell you, a pitch out back there in the end zone like that, that is a dangerous play.
It is. Now, they've been running that pitch the whole time,
That's
though.
right.
So, I mean,
You're right.
they're not doing anything they're not comfortable with.
That's their bread and butter. You're
That's
right.
it.
You live by the pitch, you die by the pitch. Kind of similar to what we saw in that Washington-Philadelphia game on Monday night where RG3 runs the pitch deep in the end zone, and it results in a safety. So the Cougars get their first points, 4:25 to go, 7-2.
Now they've got a punt from their 20, is that correct?
Yes.
It is a free kick from the 20. They can punt or kick.
Okay.
Let's see if that defense can build upon that and if that can light a fire in the offense. Offense did move the ball well, guys, but it was just the penalties on that opening drive that kept them from perhaps getting in the end zone.
You know, guys, one of the moms, I'll mention his name. He's, the center for Lamar, number 50's mom, came on the Coug Sportsnet website the other night, and I asked, Marque
Dupree. Yeah.
Dupree. And I asked her, what are they calling themselves on that offensive line? She said, the Boss Hogs. So I said, okay.
That'll work.
She said that a certain number 50 will do a nice little dance for Coug Nation if they get up and win this ball game. I said, I'll be ready to get that one on film.
Yep.
So the Boss Hogs, they need to start controlling that line of scrimmage, guys.
Back deep. Number 23, Carlos Spells. Number 22, Allen Cooper. As Morrison will handle the free kick from the 20. And it's a high kick, not a lot of distance. It'll be caught by Cooper at around the 39-yard line. Has a wall, 40, 45. Still on his feet, gets to midfield. You see that power of Allen Cooper as he dragged the defender. Oh, number 1, Dravion Cooper, no relation. Got a nice little 3-yard ride to midfield.
That looks just like a bulldozer just putting on the juice.
I'd have liked to have seen Super Cooper turn up just a little bit quicker that time, but I mean, because he ran 35 yards to get that 7-yard gain. But like you said, he showed some strength carrying that one man on his back for the last couple.
So 1st and 10 for Lamar at midfield. 4:17 to go first quarter. 7-2 score. And the Cougars are going to spread the ball out here. 4 wide receivers set. Got Cooper lined up in a slot. Quan Jones in the back. Actually, it's going to be Richard in the backfield. It's going to be Ellis Jones with a block. Got to around the 44, but that one looks like that's going to come back. Yet another penalty against Lamar. It's their 4th this quarter.
Too.
Oh, that was a chop block.
Yeah.
Chop block. And that's going to be even further. And
that man was engaged, and when a man is engaged up high, you cannot hit him low.
So instead of around a 2nd and 6, maybe a 2nd and 5, 1st down and 25 is what the Lamar Cougar offense is going to be looking at here with 4:12 to go here in the first. Yeah, that shotgun set, 4 wide. That was Jones. Loses the football, and it's going to be recovered by Coldspring. There was very bad communication
that was
in the backfield. That just read disaster, and it'll be picked up.
That was a read option play, similar to what you're seeing in the college game and everything like that. And both the runner and the quarterback both should have been seeing the same thing, the number of men in that box. And obviously they did not come up with the same total because that runner never attempted to take the ball away from Ellis Jones.
Quan Terry, number 45, with the recovery. And for a Lamar team that turned the ball over 6 times last week, definitely not a theme that you want to continue as Coldspring gets the football. Great field position at the 33 of Lamar, 1st and 10. It's going to be Giddings. going to be the smaller of the Giddings. Patrick, number 24, gets inside the 30, maybe to around a 29. Actually, they'll spot him at the 28, so a pickup of 5 on that play.
Caleb Morrison, the quarterback, wound up laying on the ground because he inadvertently became a blocker. He had his back to the man that was trying to chase him down in the backfield from around the other side and never saw him coming, and as a result, he wound up getting hit and knocked to the ground.
And up again is going to be to Giddings. Patrick Giddings is going to carry the pile. So he gets the ball inside the 25, close to the 20-yard line. They are going to spot him at the 21. So he picked up 6, and we'll get the first down with 3:25 to go here in the first.
Front three of Lamar is getting penetration into the backfield, but these runners are just kind of like hitting the seams right between them.
Hey, that's the thing with Giddings, is that with Coldspring, excuse me, they'll come at you with waves. Hand off again is going to be not to Giddings. This one's going to be to Cooper. Dravion Cooper gets the carry. Cooper, number 1. And he will be stopped at around the 20. So a gain of about 1 on that play. Actually, they'll spot him for 2. So make it 2nd and 8 at the 4 at the 19-yard line. With 2:49 to go in the first quarter. See if the Cougars can come up with another stop here defensively. Second down coming up. 2 wide receivers going to the near side. It's going to be Fred Evans, number 6, number 9, Jamadison Cross. And it'll be a toss to Giddings. Giddings turns the corner inside the 5, gets close to the goal line. And again, it's the brothers Giddings, and it's number 28, Daylon Giddings with the big carry. And they're going to spot that one around the 2, maybe the 3-yard line. So that's a game of about 15 for Daylon Giddings.
These guys are just not wrapping up the tackling, guys.
You see a lot of, not only that, Mike, but a lot of high tackling. See guys like this. You see guys like, Devontae Foreman in Texas City. These big backs, you can't grab these guys up high.
Nope.
Power formation for Giddings, and Giddings is going to be bowled back on that one. Number 26, Dylan Millott, one of the first Cougars on the scene to make the tackle, pushed him backwards, so he might have lost the yard on that.
Now, the only reason I'm going to correct you on that pronunciation is his mama told me I had to. That's Billiot.
Billiot! There we go.
That's right.
Thanks, Mom. Billiot with the stop there. So 2nd and goal. Call it no gain. Again, the talk is going to be to Giddings, and Giddings is going to plow in for his 2nd touchdown of the night. From 3 yards out, Daylon Giddings will make it 13-2 with the point after pending with 91 seconds to go in the first quarter. And I'll tell you guys, the last 2 first quarters of play for Lamar have been some pretty forgettable moments.
Oh, you're not just whistling Dixie there. And, of course, all of this set up by that fumble. Yep. The penalties that pushed us back into
and they're going for 2 here, guys. And they will go to the corner, and it's going to be Cooper easily. They were expecting Giddings, but Dravion Cooper turned the corner, and there wasn't a Cougar within a city block of him. 15-2 as the unpredictable Coldspring Trojans just thought you'd go for an extra point there, and yep, they went for 2, and they got it. 1:31 to go first quarter. It is Coldspring 15, Lamar 2. CougSportNet will be right back. The Coldspring Trojans band playing a theme of Jaws, and the Trojans definitely smell blood in the water as they lead Lamar 15-2 here with 1:31 to go here in the first.
And the blood in the water, unfortunately, was self-inflicted in that drive.
Spells number 23, Cooper number 22 are lined up at their own 20-yard line as they'll wait the kickoff up Caleb Morrison. And Morrison's going to dart a line drive in the direction of Richard, and Richard is going to turn the corner, 35, 40, couple of blocks, 45, midfield, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. The ball, no, he held on to the football. I thought it got loose. But big return. We talked during the commercial break, guys, as to whether or not this team needed a spark. And I tell you, Dilly Richard just may have gotten it.
Yeah, well, he sure did provide the spark, that's for sure. Now they need to keep the fire flaming.
That's it. Clean field, no penalty on that one. Good run. And again, he had to cover a lot of yardage. He started over here on the near side, ran clear to the far side, and then down that sideline.
That was a return of 51 yards.
At first I thought, why in the world is he going east-west? But
yeah.
he was going for that setup block, that wall that he had.
Coldspring's going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:19 to go first quarter. Cold Spring 15, Lamar 2. Coug Sports Net will be right back. After the 51-yard return by Dalen Richard, it is 1st and 10. Lamar at the 20-yard line. So Darian Ellis-Jones, the shotgun, calls his own number, gets past a couple of defenders, gets to around maybe the 16-yard line. And you've seen a lot of Dalen Richard in the backfield here in the early going, as we've seen Allen Cooper lined up in the slot. Cougs go up no huddle here. 4 wide receiver set. Richard's in the backfield. It'll be Jones, and Jones stumbles. Loses about a yard, maybe 2. And again, that's one of the problems that we've seen thus far here in the early going, just the inability to maintain balance when they're building up all that momentum.
You're talking about Cooper being over here on the near sideline playing in the role of a receiver. That's what he did most of last year, so it's a comfortable
And he is
spot
wide open, guy.
Yeah, 3rd down. Jones back, throws in the direction. Mike Hardman, touchdown!
Oh, my gosh. Can you believe that catch?
Grandma, your grandson made one of the best plays of the season thus far.
Oh.
He snatched that football as if it was coming it was coming down.
It was like an alley-oop to the goal.
Yeah,
holding Lamar, we're going to have to forget that one.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Ouch!
Ay. And
OUCH and 72 Point Helvetica bold. Ouch.
Yes, sir.
One of the best plays you're going to see all year that's wiped out by a holding call. And that flag came late, guys. So instead of what would have been a 21-yard touchdown pass, it was a holding call against Lamar. Their 5th penalty here in the first quarter. You mentioned it, Mike, right on cue that these guys were open. Cooper was very open.
Cooper was wide open.
Yeah.
He had no one in front of him.
3rd down and long to for Lamar. 3rd and 22. Jones rolls out. Steps up, throws. Ball is going to be incomplete. One hopped in the direction of Hardeman. This is 4th down territory, so I would think that this is going to be 4th down territory, guys. 4th down, definitely. And we just saw the first official pass of the night by either team. 21 seconds to go here in the first. 4th and long. You're going to have to get the ball to the 9-yard line, so make it 4th and 22.
See if they look for Hardeman.
Back,
nope.
Goes up, looks for Hardeman, and Hardeman incomplete.
But
and the flag is down.
Yep.
Pass interference.
Yep.
Flag is down because Hardeman was mugged for like the last 7 or 8 yards on that play.
Is that a 10-yard penalty and automatic
Should be
first?
a 15 and an automatic first down. So the flag comes out, and for once it favors the Cougars.
I believe it. Yep. I believe it is just 10 and automatic.
10 and,
Yeah, 10 and
okay,
automatic.
I'm thinking more along the lines of Saturday. So a 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
All right. Well, we did get a little bit of break. Goodness
A
gracious,
huge
guys.
break.
Man.
So 1st and 10 for Lamar at the 21-yard line.
All
With
right, guys.
15 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Come on, Cougs, punch it in, guys.
Again, a 4-receiver set. Hardeman and Cooper are lined up to the near side. Daquan Jones and Demetrius James are to the far side. Fakes the handoff. Ellis Jones breaks a couple of tackles. Read option will get him about maybe 3, maybe 4.
Had a nice hole that time. If he'd have kept going out towards that far post, he'd have had a little bit more room. Tried to cut it up.
And that will mark the end of the first quarter. A very up and down first quarter for Lamar. Uneven would probably be putting it mildly. End of 12 minutes of play. It is Coldspring 15, Lamar 2. Coug Sports Net will be right back. start of the second quarter. And Lamar is at the 15-yard line, up Coldspring, trailing 15-2. Ellis Jones swings it out, and Hardeman loses it. Incomplete pass.
Started to turn upfield a little bit quick that time before he had that ball corralled.
Big problem. It seems like it's easy for him to catch a ball with one hand than two. So 3rd down and 6 coming up for Lamar at the 15-yard line of Coldspring. Need to put some points up here, not only to cut the deficit, but to give the offense some confidence. Handoff is going to be to Cooper, turns the corner, breaks one tackle, breaks two, and might have got close to the first down.
Yeah,
on a play that looked like it might have lost about a yard or maybe two, Allen Cooper put that in the corner, and it looks like he might have come out close to the first down.
He's maybe about 2 yards shy, guys.
Yeah, 1.5 yards too.
Come on, guys.
No doubt about it. They're setting right up again.
And Coldspring will use their second timeout, looks like. Nope, actually we'll just reset the play. So 4th down is short, make it about 2. Ellis Jones back, and flags are all over the place. CME got Coldspring to jump again.
Oh, they definitely jumped, but again, I'm kind of curious as to why they're stopping that play unless they're seeing contact. And I didn't see any contact that time.
Neither did I.
What?
Oh, I didn't want to say against Lamar.
Oh, okay. I was getting ready to say,
all right, how can you be on offense and get encroachment? Ouch.
Man, that ought to be a first now, guys.
Yeah.
We are seeing some unique things happen here thus far tonight, guys.
It's the 13th, isn't it?
It is.
It is Friday the 13th.
That may explain a lot, guys.
Some of these players down here suffering from tristodecaphobia, are they?
Maybe. So it's going to be Ellis Jones calling his own number, walks in for the touchdown, cha-ching.
Yes, sir.
That's what we needed.
That's what I needed to hear.
Strange drive, but that's exactly what you needed to hear, Mike Lockwood.
Yes, sir. Needed to hear
Darian
that.
Ellis Jones walking in from 4 yards out. That's going to cut the deficit down to 15-8 as Ricky Guillen comes in for the extra point.
Boy, and you know what? That defense sucked in and took the bite on that middle of that line.
They were so locked in on Cooper that Ellis Jones walked into the end zone.
Is that 2 or 3 times that Ellis Jones now has done that hard count on him?
That's the third time.
Yeah, you're right.
High snap, but Guillen's going to get the extra point up, and Guillen is going to be no good. So the uneven play up the Lamar Cougars continue, but they do get a touchdown here. 11 minutes, 9 seconds to go, first half. It is Lamar trailing Coldspring 15-8. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So after the Lamar scoring drive, it's now 15-8 with 11:09 to go here in the first half. Guillen will be kicking the ball off. Back deep for the Trojans, number 2, Douglas Johnson, the man in the middle, number 28. It's going to be Daylon Giddings, and looks like number 24, Patrick Giddings, is on the far end as well. So 3 men deep for the Trojans. As Guillen will kick off, and it's going to be high, and it's going to be aimed in the direction of Giddings, and Giddings is going to be stopped immediately. Stopped around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, just 8 yards on that return as Lamarck special teams did a good job on coverage.
So 1st and 10 now for the Trojans, as they will get the ball at their own 30-yard line. 11:05 to go here in the first half. 15-8. See if this Lamar defense can get a stop here. Just a case of where all facets of the game just aren't quite together. Seems like everybody's like maybe a half page off right now.
Yep, I agreed, Brandon.
2 receivers set for Coldspring. Don't expect them to throw the ball. It's going to be a toss to Cooper, and Cooper is going to drive to around the 34-yard line.
Good pursuit by the Cougars that time. Number 8 on the stop, that's Chason Douglas.
Chason Douglas there on the play. Also Anthony Wright, number 32, also in the vicinity as well.
Yeah, but you know, guys, that was still a good gain, though. That was still almost 5 yards. Even though it was a good pursuit, these Coldspring Trojans are just methodically moving it down the field.
There's no question, they're getting anywhere between 4 to 6 yards a crack. So anytime you get 2nd and 5 and 3rd and 2s, it's going to be very favorable. And again, handoff is going to be to Giddings. It's going to be Patrick Giddings, and it was the Lamar defender who could have stopped him at the line of scrimmage. And again, we talked about the fact these guys are more focused about tackling up high, and that allowed Giddings to get about 4, maybe 5 yards. So instead of a third down and around 7, it's third down and 1 for the Trojans with 10:08 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Kenneth Edwards got real good penetration that time, just couldn't do a wrap-up.
So third down, a very short one. All set formation, and this time the Cougar defense stepped up. Hello, number 5, Val Allen.
Yes, sir. Now, do you, if you're a Coldspring Trojan, do you go for it on 4th here?
That's an interesting question. Maybe they try to see if they can draw Lamar off sides. Lost about a half yard, so again, it's still 4th and 1. So it looks like they will go. 9:27 remaining here in the first half. Again, they'll bring 2 wide receivers, twin set, this one to the far side. But the Trojans have yet to throw the ball. They don't expect them to do it here. Toss is going to be to Giddings, and Giddings is not going to. Got it.
Yeah, he did.
5 Lamar players in the vicinity, but somehow Patrick Giddings was able to turn the corner and got the first down. Looked like he was had locked in. He was locked in for a loss. Instead, he got 3, and that was all they needed.
Guys, look at my monitor right
That's
now.
Reggie Franklin.
Reggie Franklin.
Yep.
Did not expect him to play with the all-district safety coming in at a crucial time for Lamar. 1st and 10, handoff is going to be a stop.
That's
as
what
the
you
Cougars
need.
were not fooled on that one.
First down carry,
Edwards,
Brandon.
Kenneth Edwards.
I talked about that first down play on defense makes a world of difference, because when they pick up 4 yards on that first down play, it makes it hard for this defense to be able to hold them.
Big stop, number 52, like I said, Kenneth Edwards with the stop. Loss of 3 will make it 2nd down and 13 as we approach the 8-minute mark. 8:24 and counting here in the first half. Lamar trailing 15-8.
And Kenneth Edwards has gotten in the backfield several times, just not always where the man's at.
Dot play, and again it's going to be to Giddings, looks like. Again, it will be Giddings. It was Daylon Giddings, number 28. Gets the ball past the 40.
Number 7, Tyree Mason, first man on the spot that time.
Got it to the original line of scrimmage there, guys, so a 3rd and 10 coming up.
Will they attempt to pass?
That'll be interesting to see. They have yet to throw a pass tonight.
I'll say no.
I don't see them going up top either.
Not in this wind.
Oh, they were going up top. Lefty looked like he was ready to dial it up.
Yeah, he had nobody behind him to pitch to, so he was going to have to go forward with that somehow.
We've got a timeout by Lamar. We'll take it with them with 7:40 to go in the first half. It is Coldspring 15, Lamar 8. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 3rd down and 11 coming up for the Trojans of Coldspring. Their first long yardage situation, guys, and maybe we might see the first pass of the night by this Trojan offense.
Yeah, they've only attempted 6 all year, 2 completions, total of 21 yards through the air. They're going to need to get at least half that much.
Not going to remind you of a running shoot by any stretch of your imagination as Cooper goes and makes it empty. Play fake. Morrison back, throws. Ball is going to be caught by Giddings. Breaks one tackle, and that is all that he is going to get.
Mid
open field tackle right there.
24.
That's Daquan Jones.
Daquan Jones, yep.
Lined up at corner, allowed him to make the catch, but he made the stop on a one-on-one.
Now do they still go for 4th down?
I think that they're going to play it just a little bit safe.
They're doing a whole-scale swap. I'd say we're punting, or they're punting.
So it'll be Caleb Morrison punting for the first time tonight.
Coldspring is one of the few teams that I've seen that rarely goes for that punts on 4th down.
And if the coach knows that, they're going to be keying on this punter and on those upbacks.
Morrison back to punt. High in the direction of Ladarian Ellis-Jones, who's going to take it around the 12. 25, 30, 35. A lot of gold jerseys around him. Flag down is going to come back. What would have been a return that would have taken him to around the 30-yard line. Flag goes down and a host of bodies left in the wake. So we're going to go ahead and hold against Lamar. 2 men down for Coldspring. We'll take the break. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So right now it looks as if Coldspring, they have really been unfortunate with injuries tonight, these guys. This is like the 4th time that we've seen a Coldspring's player come off the field. And this one is number 20, that's Edward Haynes. As the penalty hurt Lamar, instead of a nice return, it would have put the ball at the Coldspring 30. The Cougars are going to start at their own 18-yard line. Ellis Jones goes into I set. He's going to hand the ball off in the direction of Alan Cooper. Cooper gets the ball past the 20, maybe it's around the 21-yard line. So a gain of about 2 on that play will make it 2nd and 8. Clock continuing to run at 6:24 to go here in the first half.
Cooper tried to go up and over that time, and he kind of like gave him an easy grab at the legs to bring him down.
All set high. Again, it's going to be 2. Cooper tries to evade one defender, won't be able to do it. A good stop. That's number 22, Tony Butler. See him a bit at running back, but he did a good job at linebacker. Stayed at home and was able to wrestle down Cooper. So a loss of 1 makes it 3rd down 9. Harmon's going to line up in a slot. Actually, they're going to move him over to the far side. 4 wide receivers set.
5 wide receiver, isn't it?
Yeah.
5 wide, exactly. They're letting that clock run down. And looks like Dr. Mike Jackson will take his 2nd time out. We'll do it with the 5:30 to go first half. It is Lamar trailing Coldspring 15-8. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 5 minutes, 29 seconds to go first half. Lamar with the football, trailing 15-8. They have a 3rd down and 7 at their own 21-yard, at their own 19-yard line. Actually, it's going to be a 3rd and 9. 3rd down and 9 as Ellis Jones drops back, swings the pass, and the ball is going to be incomplete. Tried to go at the quick hitter to Alan Cooper, but the Trojans were there. Really made sure that play was not going to get started. So the Cougars will again have to punt with 5:26 to go in the first half.
Read that one like a short book, guys.
Yep. Yeah, they had 2 guys coming in on him right quick.
So a timeout does not help the Cougars getting closer to a first down, so it will be Cole back to punt. Had a great punt the first time that pinned them deep in their territory and led to the safety.
Back deep for the Trojans, number 2, Douglas Johnson.
Douglas Johnson is back deep for the Trojans at midfield. Cole with the punt, and Cole is going to get a nice punt. End over end, takes another bounce, and it's going to be picked up.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
That was a dangerous pickup.
That was very dangerous.
Yeah, you had number 4, Gerald Johnson, and number 44, Justin Britton, right on top of him. And we've got a flag sitting down at the 49-yard line.
Think the official holding.
Or blocking the back.
That's going to be holding against Coldspring, so it's going to take them back even further.
Yep.
So it seems like this game has stabilized a little bit, guys. For a moment, it looked like the Trojans were going to try to put some distance away. They jumped out to a 15-0 lead. Lamar gets the touchdown early in the 2nd quarter, but since then, it's really been a combination of defenses and penalties.
Yep. Yeah, Lamarque is definitely not got its power running game going like I thought was going to be their signature trademark this year.
They've struggled on the ground significantly thus far.
Yeah, they got the committee, but the committee's not
going
off,
and Cooper is not going to go anywhere.
Is that 52 again?
That is number 52.
Edwards.
He dived in there and just completely destroyed that play.
Like I said, he's been in that backfield many times. It's just a matter of whether they're running to that side. They're going to start keying on him and say wherever he's at, we're going the other direction.
Loss of about a yard. So make it 2nd down and 11 with 4:50 to go here in the first half. Hand off again, and it's going to be this time in the direction of one of the Giddings, looks like.
That time Val Allen gave Edwards a little bit of help.
Yep, it's going to be Giddings.
Oh, I'm sorry, no, it's not. It's big and in the middle. What is that, 46?
45.
45?
William Tenner.
Yep.
It was Giddings. It was number 24, Patrick Giddings, with the carry.
Another key third down here,
and
guys.
long coming up. There'll be a 3rd down and 7. They'll make it 3rd and 6. And Coldspring's going to use a timeout. 4:06 to go here in the first half. We'll take it with them. It is Coldspring 15, Lamar 8. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 4:06 to go in the first half as the Trojans face a 3rd down and around 6 situation. Handoff is going to be to Giddings, and Giddings is not going to get much of anything. Number 5, Val Allen again on the stop. Number 5, William Tenner, who's quietly putting together a good ball game. He'll make the stop there, a 4th down. And we will see.
Now they look like they're going for it this time.
Looks like they will. Got to keep in mind that Morrison is the punter and kicker.
Right.
Well, it doesn't look like he has any intentions of kicking the ball here. 4th and about 4 coming up. And it'll be a toss to Giddings, and Giddings evades one tackle, and Giddings is not going to get anything because about 9 Lamar defenders swarmed in on him. Stopped well short of the 1st down. And again, guys, you keep looking for that spark to wake up Lamar as a whole, and the defense provides yet another opportunity for the offense to pick up on that here with 3:22 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, all you need to do is travel 40 yards, guys.
Good field position for the Cougars at the 40-yard line.
Actually, they got him right about the 41.
Get the 41. Pistol set. Ellis Jones hands the ball off to Cooper. Turns the corner, gets past the 40 to around the 37, maybe the 36-yard line.
Yeah, now
carry
if you can
almost
pick
5
up,
yards.
Yeah, if you pick up 5 yards at a pop there, that guy, that's all you need.
And that's what you need. You know, it looks like Dayton Richard's going to need someone to come in for him. He's struggling to hobble off that field there. 2 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the first half.
Val Allen.
That's Val Allen.
Yep, we've seen him in the backfield before. A game against Ball High, whenever Franklin came in at quarterback, Val Allen.
It'll be Ellis Jones. Breaks a tackle.
Tackle,
gets past a couple of defenders, gets the ball to around the 30, so he should have a 1st down.
Yep.
That's it.
Should have about a half a yard.
Wait for you, and the officials finally make the call, and he does get it 1st and 10. Move the chains if you will, sir.
Got plenty of time, guys.
2:35, definitely. There is no reason to feel rushed here. 1st and 10, Richard and Cooper in the backfield with Ellis Jones. Ellis Jones look like they're going to rearrange the play a bit. Still plenty of time on the play clock with 9. And high snap, Ellis Jones was able to get it. Turns the corner, 25-20.
He's going
to the 10. Does he strip and go in?
He's in.
Touchdown! No, they're going to say he's out of bounds.
Oh.
We're at
all the way back.
That
looks like back at about 15-yard line.
Probably like around the 15-yard line, but it's still going to move the chains. And another Cougar 1st down. Looked real close. Does stop the clock with 2:11 to go, guys. But from our vantage point, looked like he was able to tap dance and get into the end zone.
Let's hope that 4th down attempt by Coldspring is what's going to help us tie this ball game up.
And Coldspring will use what we think is their last timeout. 2:11 to go in the first half. It is Coldspring holding Lamar 15-8, but the Cougs are knocking on the door. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Ball at the 16-yard line of Coldspring. It is Lamar down 15-8, but driving with an opportunity to perhaps tie the score here. And for much of the second quarter, guys, it's been Coldspring that's really been on their heels, especially on the offensive side. It's just been a question as to whether or not the Lamar offense can take advantage of that. Ellis Jones with the hard count.
Yep.
Still plenty of time on the play clock. He'll move Cooper around to the near side in the pistol set. He'll call his number, and he's going to be scored.
Oh, man, they got in there quick on him.
How are those guys getting past our offensive line so quick, guys?
I don't know, but number 57 for Coldspring. That looks like Leighton Finch. It looked like that guy, was a Cougar in the unit. It looked like he was a Cougar ball player.
It did. I tell you what it is they're moving the other two backs over there to the far side, and the two guys over here on the near side have got nobody covering them, and they're just getting free shots in.
Exactly. Byrne Baggett also in, number 33 on the stop as well. Second down. Cooper back, has a man wide open, and it's going to be incomplete. He put too much air under it.
Jones pass incomplete, intended number 15, Mike Hardeman.
Hardeman had about a step and a half behind the defender, but Ellis Jones did not put enough on the throw.
Now he's throwing into a stiff wind.
That's true. Yeah. But it looked like he tried to be a little too finesse on that throw. Third down, 4 wide set. You got a bunch formation coming to the near side. Hardeman's the sole receiver to the far. Third down, Ellis Jones back, goes up, lob pass. It's going to be incomplete. Tried to go with the lob pass, but give credit to the defender. Looked like that was number 2. That was Douglas Johnson there. He timed the jump just enough to distract Hardeman. So now a 4th down situation, and again, a situation where the Cougars have had opportunity, and they will use their final timeout with 1:30 to go in the first half. It is Lamar trailing Coldspring 15-8. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 4th down and long coming up for the Cougars, making 14 yards to go. Again, the Cougars with opportunity to tie this ball game here with 96 to go here in the first half, but they're going to need a big play from the passing game in order to put themselves in position to do it.
They can get a first down.
Ellis Jones back, throws the ball up, corner of the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Hardeman would have been called for a possible pass interference anyway.
Yeah,
but Ellis Jones just threw the ball to just sail outside of Hardeman, and the Trojans get a big stop here and hold what could have been a possible Cougar scoring threat. And with 1:23 to go in the first half, they're out of timeouts. So you figure that they would perhaps try to be a little conservative here. They are throwing with the wind, however, so it wouldn't be surprising if they took a crack downfield.
I would be.
I would be surprised, but considering the fact that you've only thrown one pass tonight, this would be a good time to toss one. And it won't be as a huge stop out of Lamar defense.
Number 52 in there again.
Edwards
in there. Reggie Franklin also in there.
Good to be able to call his name.
On a carry, number 2, Douglas Johnson.
Number 30, Emil Fleming, sophomore defensive lineman, also in there as well. So at 1 minute to go in the first half, it looks like the Trojans are just going to play it safe and hold on to that 15-8 lead.
Yeah, they're going to have to run at least one play here.
Looks like they'll be just content to run that one play, make sure someone holds on to the football. They'll be content to take that 7-point lead into the half. All right, it's not going to be much of anything as Cooper gets swarmed. Number 32, it's going to be Anthony Wright, one of the defenders on the play.
Number 22 also.
Number 22, Alan Cooper, and Jason Douglas, number 8.
And they really don't even have to get the snap off, guys.
And they won't need to. A very interesting first half, to say the least. It's been an uneven effort, actually, by both the teams, but it's been the inability for Lamar to cash in on opportunities that's really made the difference in this contest. Final seconds of the first half will tick off here at Coldspring Oakhurst Stadium. And we are now at the half. It's the Trojans of Coldspring 15, Lamar 8. Enjoy the halftime, everybody, and we'll be right back with the second half.
A friendly place to trade. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Hoffman Lumber Company proudly serves Galveston County and surrounding areas with quality products at competitive prices. As a full-service lumber yard, we have everything you need for your next project. Select grade lumber, hardware, windstorm windows and doors. James Hardy Products, Boise Cascade, Builder's First Choice, Do It Best, Duo Fast, and so much more. Special orders on those hard-to-find items are our specialty. With over 100 years combined industry experience, our friendly, knowledgeable employees are committed to helping you find exactly what you need. We can answer any of your questions and help you choose the best products. We work with professional contractors and home builders as well as independent homeowners. We offer free delivery anywhere in Galveston County, including Bolivar and Crystal Beach. Please visit our website for a complete list of everything we have to offer. Hoffman Lumber Company, a friendly place to trade.
Start of the second half coming here from Coldspring Oakhurst Stadium as the Lamar Cougars trailing the Trojans at Coldspring by a count of 15-8. Brandon Williams along with Mike Lockwood, Lewis Perrin Jr., Senior Stats Lewis Perrin Sr. is in the stands. Always good to see him. Guys, it was the story of an uneven first half.
Yeah.
At the beginning, it looked as if Coldspring was going to make this a blowout. They jumped out to a quick 15-0 lead. Lamar got back, cut the lead to 15-8. But for most of the second quarter, Lewis, it just seemed like, the inconsistencies that we've seen with this Lamar team in the first 2.5 games of the season really reared its head.
And it was in major evidence out here tonight. I mean, you're watching it from drive to drive, not being able to do anything to be able to get down almost into that red zone area, then a penalty or two will push them back. Now, they've had a total of 8 penalties in that first half. That's something that can't be repeated, and that's part of that inconsistency that you're talking about. But just, on both sides of the ball, you've seen them do some great things. You've seen them really allow some big plays and some silly plays out there. But the consistency is just not there yet. And they're going to have to pick it up in the second half. They're going to have to get a little bit of that. We saw a little bit come back on the defensive side with the emergence of Reggie Franklin when he was able to come back in. But the offense is now going to have to take a cue from the defense and really try and find themselves in the second half.
We get the ball first, guys, on this opening kickoff.
We do get the ball first. As Lewis mentioned, 8 penalties in the first half. One of them negated a dramatic catch in the end zone by Mike Hardeman that would have had a touchdown.
Yep.
Ladarian Ellis-Jones had an outstanding punt return that would have put the Cougars in great shape inside the 30-yard line of Coldspring, but that got called back by an illegal block. And, we had another situation where they had, toward the end of the first half, 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line of Coldspring, and no points to show for it because the penalty, really helped hurt that as well. So the Cougars do get the ball to start the second half. And back deep for the Cougars, number 24, Daquan Jones. Looks like he's the sole back as he lines up at around the 12-yard line.
And they're going to use 2 up backs. Got Cooper
and Richard.
Yep.
Richard had a 50-yard return on one attempt that they tried to go to the up back. Let's see if they'll try to do that again. This time it's a squib kick, and it'll fall easily into the hands of Lamar, number 59, Chris Laws. So the Trojans coming out, pulling a bit of a surprise.
They did it last year. They did it last year against us as well when they came out at halftime. They did the onside kick.
Well, I tell you, I think they were actually ready for it, guys.
They were.
They didn't appear to be too like, oh no, what's going on? They knew exactly. It looked like what was going on.
Laws did a perfect job just to put himself in position to grab the ball and went from there, 1st and 10. And a flag is down.
Receiver jumped too quick on the outside.
So penalty number 9 is going to start the second half. And it'll push the Cougars back 5. Again, the Cougars with great field position and opportunity to put some points on the board. And it just seems like they're just content to shoot themselves in the foot for the time being. So 1st and 15 coming up. They'll put it at the 45-yard line. Jones and Cooper in the backfield. Actually, it's going to be Cooper, and Cooper will get past the 45, maybe to around the 47-yard line. So a gain of about 2, maybe 3.
Boy, that wind's picked up, guys.
Oh, it has.
Looking at the flag over there, and it's standing straight out. It's coming from our right, which is coming from the south.
Yep.
You can probably hear it in the background. There you go. So if the Cougars do throw, you'll expect them to be a little on the cautious side with it.
Wait till the 4th quarter.
Second down. Jones nearly lost the snap. Ran into one of his blockers in a stop after a gain of about 2. So 3rd down and 11 coming up. Patrick Giddings there on the stop. As Jones did a good job of catching the ball, it looked like it was going to pop out of his hands.
Ellis Jones has had a little bit of problem maintaining those snaps this year, guys.
He really has. In that first game against Ball High, there was probably no less than 5.
So 3rd down, 11 coming up for the 49. Ellis Jones back, pump fakes, goes up, has a man, and the ball is going to be intercepted. Snatched out of the hands of Alan Cooper, and number 7, Brent Sykes, there with the interception. And yet again, another Lamar opportunity is squandered, as this time it's an interception by Sykes. 2nd turnover of the night by the Trojans, as they will set up shop to start the 3rd quarter at their 22-yard line.
Now, guys, I'll say this about that. Yes, it was an interception, probably an ill-advised pass, or a little bit short anyway, but that was certainly no worse than a punt if we hadn't completed that pass and then had to kick against this wind.
1st and 10 now, and toss is going to be to Giddings, and Giddings is going to get maybe a yard, maybe 2 if he's lucky, as Daylon Giddings, who has accounted for both touchdowns for Coldspring here, 13-yard run and a 3-yard run, both in the 1st quarter.
Well, I'm going to have
to stop there, guys.
I'm going to say it right now, guys. Lamarck's defense is going to have to bring its A game for the rest of this game, because
they are.
Until Lamarck's offense is going to put some points on the board, the defense cannot allow any more points.
Toss is to Cooper, and Cooper gets thumped. Probably gets about a yard, maybe 2. As Cooper has seen significant action here in the contest in the wake of the injury of Alex Dunham. Their leading rusher went off the field with an injury early in the 1st quarter, has yet to return. Do not expect him back.
Ashton Holmes, along with others, did a real fine job that time of holding him down to just about a 2-yard gain. 3rd
down, call it 8, call it 7 now. And toss is going to be to Giddings, and Giddings is not going to make the line of scrimmage, as number 30, Emil Fleming, the sophomore defensive lineman, comes in, was the first man to put it mitts on him, and a 3-and-out for the Cougar defense. And like you said, Mike, it's got to be on the hands of the defense to step up and keep this game 15-8 until the offense works its way back into shape.
They've got to set the tempo on this game, which will also give Lamar good field position if they can hold them 3 downs and out.
Ellis Jones back deep to receive the punt. He is at the 36 of Lamar. Morrison, the punter, around his 14-yard line, and he will get a high punt that does not get a lot of yardage. And they're going to say
that one
at
doesn't
the
even
45-yard line.
Yep, didn't even cross the 50 with that one.
So a punt of 19 yards is going to give Lamar, again, good field position here with 8:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Question is, can they bring it and cash in?
And you know, the key, I mentioned it a while ago, for the defense for Lamar, the key was stopping Coldspring on 1st down. The key for Lamar, it seemed like, is to have good yardage on their 1st down carry. And so far in most of the drives, they have not done that.
And most of the drives have started out with a penalty.
Again, a pistol set. Ellis Jones calls his own number, and again, the Coldspring defense has done a good job of locking up at read option, as they have done an outstanding job of being able to corral Ellis Jones for the most part. Patrick Giddings, number 24, was there on the stop. So 2nd down coming up. This time they'll go a bit of a modified pistol with Cooper next to Ellis Jones. They'll give it to Cooper, and Cooper's not going to get much of anything. If he got to the line of scrimmage, it's a minor miracle. About 6, maybe 7 dark jerseys swarming in on him.
Both Cooper and Ellis Jones trying to go up the middle on consecutive plays, and the middle of that Cold Springs line is not where you want to go. Get that ball to the outside.
Joel Stone, number 92, number 11, Juwan McKibbins there on the stop. So again, 3rd and long for the Cougars. 3rd and 10 coming up. 4 wides, a trips to the far side. Ellis Jones back, steps, throws over the middle. Ball is going to be caught by Hardeman. 1st down and a little bit more as he carries a couple of defenders down to around the 24 to get the 23-yard line. So that was a big play right there, a 21-yard gain to Hardeman. Didn't go up top, just found the big wide out over the middle, and Hardeman did the rest.
Boy, That was a breath of fresh air, guys.
Yes, it was. And he's showing his basketball skills as he's an outstanding rebounder when he plays basketball, and he showed it in the first half. He showed it again there.
Ellis Jones calls his own number, turns the corner, has room, breaks the tackle, still on his feet inside the 10, close to around the 9-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about. Get that ball to the outside, guys. They're giving you a lot more room. They're stacking that box. Do not go up the middle.
So Ellis Jones with a gain of around 15. Makes it 1st and goal. You got to put this one in here. 1st and goal. Ellis Jones tries to turn the corner and is going to be swarmed down. You tried the same thing twice, and the Trojans were just not going to be fooled by it.
They tried it to the strong side, no less. They needed to come this direction.
Again, anytime you line them up, and we were talking at halftime, anytime you line those backs up to the near side, to the far side, those near side linemen are just going to come down like an avalanche and make it easy for them to make the stop. So 2nd down coming up. Again, Cooper and Richard in the pistol set with Ellis Jones. High snap, Ellis Jones gets it, swings it out to Cooper,
That's
who loses the football,
pass. He's got
and he
cover.
falls down at around the 25-yard line. So, again, the Cougars inside the red zone with a golden opportunity, and 2 plays have taken them back to the 24-yard line.
Yardage on the play. The ball's spotted right around the 24-yard line, 3rd down.
So 3rd down and goal
Glad
from the
Richard
24-yard line.
Glad Richard was able to recognize that pass was backwards and fall on it.
3rd and long coming up. Stack set as they're showing blitz here at Coldspring. Play action, fake, Hardeman's wide open. He is all open, touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
I
The
mean, how
nearest
could he get,
Coldspring defender was in Nacogdoches.
I mean, how could he get that open, guys?
Yeah.
I don't think you will ever see a receiver get that open this
I
season.
mean, it was like he's saying, am I really supposed to be out here?
And he's standing there waiting for the ball to come down, and there still wasn't anyone around him.
They went with the blitz, and I think what really took them by surprise was the fact that Ellis Jones was under center. Again, with a chance to cut it to a tie, and the kick is up, and the kick is going to be good.
All right.
New ball game with 5:56 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's now Lamar 15, Coldspring 15. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So the Lamar Cougars find the pass, and it works as Mike Hardeman with a 23-yard touchdown pass on a 3rd and goal. And with the gain extra point, we are tied at 15 all, and somehow I get the feeling that Mike Hardeman's grandmother's going to try to track me down every game. She's going to track me down before kickoff each game because that has obviously been a lucky charm for him tonight. So now the offense has stepped up. Time for the defense to continue their job. High kick in the direction towards Gidding. Gidding is going to be tripped up and around the 30-yard line, and again, the Lamar special teams has done a tremendous job in shutting down that kick return unit.
Now, defense, like I mentioned on the previous series, they need to continue to set the tempo for this game, guys. See, they gave Lamar the ball with good field position. They need to continue to do that throughout this contest.
It's one of those things where on a night where the offense just isn't getting it together, the defense has to be the one that steps up front.
And like I said, I really think, we talked about it a bit at halftime, I really think the emergence of Reggie Franklin coming in has made a world of difference to this defense.
1st and 10, talk is going to be to Giddings. Giddings trying to break a tackle. He will not as he gets pile driven. Oh, that was some WWE style stuff right there about the Cougars.
And you saw who that was, didn't you?
Reggie Franklin right on cue.
You called it. We got another injury timeout, guys. This is Coug Sports Net. Be right back.
Tristan Alisek able to walk off the field on his own power. Good to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about Reggie Franklin, even better to see him banged up shoulder, but he has stepped up and has delivered. Like you said, the defense really changed once he got back into the contest.
A lot more consistency, it seemed. A lot more aggression, too.
2nd down, Morrison back goes long, and the ball's going to be incomplete. Looked in the direction of Fred Evans. but also good coverage there by number 8,
Chason
Douglas.
Yep. And Chason has had, 3 interceptions so far this year, guys, I think?
Yeah.
Yep.
He had 2 last week.
And one in the ball. Four interceptions. He's had 2 in the last 2 ball games. Yep. Yeah, I forgot about that one in the end zone against Ball. Yeah.
Third down and 10 coming up. Big down here for Coldspring. Suddenly, they're looking like they're a bit out of comfort. Toss is going to be to Giddings. Giddings breaks one tackle, breaks another. Won't get close to a first down. Got past the first defender, but number 7, I got to tell you, Tyree Mason is making a case for himself to be the defensive game of the night, defensive player of the night. But also Reggie Franklin in there as well, and another punt is coming. And right now, you can see that momentum starting to swing a little bit in that gold and blue.
Like I mentioned, and I'm not trying to be able to hog the conversation about the defense, but the defense has set the tempo for Lamar.
It has been the tone. It has been the tone with that question.
Yeah, since the first quarter on, it's been a defense holding them while waiting for Lamarque offense to get started, and it looks like maybe they've done it.
I think they've had maybe 1 first down since Franklin came in. Morrison will get the punt off. It is a high floater, and Ellis Jones will just let go, and that ball sails way past the Lamarque sideline. See where they will spot the ball at.
Well, they're definitely not kicking it to Ellis Jones, are they?
They definitely won't.
It was over here, the previous punt.
The officials are saying that the Bears look like they're going to spot the ball.
Right at about
right
48?
near midfield, the 48 of Lamarque. So at 4:26 to go in the third quarter, Cougs with good field position and an opportunity to take the lead for the first time tonight. See if the Cougars can build off of this. Because they're very good, the passing game really showed itself for the first time tonight. We'll see if perhaps they can build off of that. First and 10 as we will await the official to get out of the way and set things up. Ellis Jones set, calls his own number, has room, breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet. Look at Ellis Jones go past the first down marker to around the 38-yard line.
Now that's the running game I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, you said waiting for that official to get out, and that back judge, he was still right in the thick of things. His eyes got real wide real quick.
Real quick, particularly if Mike Smithers would come in.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line. And it'll be to Cooper, and Cooper gets doubled up. That looked like the turf monster, and a push in. That very easily could have been a 15-yard penalty. As number 99, Joel Stone, pushed Cooper down. Don't think it was intended, but still very dangerous. That's a loss of around 5. So make it second and 15 at the 44-yard line.
This drive has still got promise, guys.
3:46 to go, third quarter. We are tied 15-15 as the Cougars look for their first lead of the night. Ellis Jones breaks a tackle. Gets pretty close to the original line of scrimmage. A game of about 4 yards.
Ellis Jones isn't a big boy, but he's got no fear of lowering that shoulder and taking on some of these defensive linebackers.
Quarterback with a running back mentality. Y'all remember, he was their leading rusher last season. Third down, 11 to go. Better believe that the Trojans are going to keep a wary eye on Mike Hardiman. Third down, 4 wide set on 3rd and 11. Ellis Jones back, pump fakes. Doesn't have anybody. Right to get out of the pocket, but a good stop there.
I just knew that was going to be a delayed quarterback draw.
Joel Stone, number 92.
If he'd gotten by him, he had all kinds of running room.
Number 20, Edward Haynes, number 28, excuse me, that was Giddings. Daylon Giddings there with the tackle. So for a brief moment, it looked like he was going to get out, and he had room to run if he could have got past that first wave. Back to punt, Datron Cole at the 42. And back deep for Coldspring is number 2, and that is Douglas Johnson. Cole waiting to snap. It's a high snap. Loses it. That's going to be a bit of trouble. Tries to do something with it. Breaks past a couple of defenders. Still on his feet before he is finally dragged down at the 36-yard line. And guys, we saw it last week with the bad snap that led to disaster on a punt. Coles tried his best to do something out of it. Probably saved about 7 or 8 yards, but nonetheless, just when you thought the Cougars were building a little momentum, it's the Trojans of Coldspring with the golden opportunity to unknot this tie with the 1st and 10 at the Lamar 37-yard line.
Defense is really going to have to step it up here.
1st and 10, 2:06 to go, 3rd quarter. Toss is going to be to Cooper. Cooper's not going to get much of anything because, again, Reggie Franklin flings him down. Late flag coming. And the Cougars are indicating that is a penalty against Coldspring.
Boy, it came in late, didn't it?
It did.
What are you going to do with that one, though? It's going to be a holding penalty.
I think
you got to
take the hold.
it. Yeah, you got to take that one.
Yeah, because in that end of the field, you want to go ahead and push him back.
So that's going to go back 10 yards. Then Reggie Franklin coming in, knifing into the backfield, blew that play up.
Boy, he did, guys.
Penalty against the Trojans.
So push them back 10, make it 1st down and 20 with the minute 59 to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line up Lamar.
Need a good couple good stops here, guys.
Tight pro set. Morrison back, steps, throws, goes long again, looking for a receiver, and the ball's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, if they wanted to, they could probably make a case for offensive pass interference that time.
Yeah, because he actually pulled the hands down, I think, of Douglas.
Yep.
Douglas Johnson, the intended receiver. Again, good coverage by number 8, Chason Douglas.
Again, that's one of those situations, though, where that pass wasn't going to be caught by anybody.
2nd down and 20, a minute 38 to go here in the 3rd.
Big 3rd down here, guys, or
second down.
Second and
sorry.
20. Again, really not much variation in their sets. Handoff is going to be gone and smothered.
Who was that?
Number 45, William Tenner, came into the backfield and said, hello, to number 1, Dravion Cooper.
Boy.
Man.
I said we needed a good stop. That was good.
Tenner's another guy whose name we've called a lot here tonight.
Yeah, we're
a loss of 3 on that play. We're going to be hard-pressed to find a defensive player of the game here tonight, guys, because there's about 5 guys that are stepped up really big here this evening. 3rd down and 23. The ground-oriented Trojans of Coldspring are in unfamiliar and uncomfortable territory in what is a long yardage situation for them. Morrison, play fake, rolls out, steps, throws, ball wobbling out and incomplete.
He was out of field of play anyway.
Yeah, yep.
Number 2, looking for Douglas Johnson. Johnson had no chance at that reception.
What went a long way towards helping on that one, too, is that quarterback was being pressured heavily by Val Allen. Val Allen was closing quick, and I'm sure he heard footsteps.
Oh, there's no question. Allen had a radar lock on him big time, and he had to get that ball away quickly. So 4th and 23, will we see a little creativity? No, looks like they will actually punt.
Yeah, but you still better be aware.
Still got to keep your toes up. Morrison in again. It's the quarterback. He's also the punter as well.
We got Ellis Jones back, guys.
Ellis Jones is back deep. He is lined up at around the 16-yard line up Lamar. Last 2 punts by Morrison have been less than stellar, but this one is a booming rocket.
Boy, it was.
It goes out of the end zone. That thing was a line drive. It probably got about maybe no more about 10 or 15 feet off the ground.
He made up for the previous 2 punts.
He did.
Yep, that was a 50-yarder.
Man.
Net 30.
All right.
So 1st and 10 for Lamarck now. 45 seconds to go here in the 3rd.
We've had good luck passing against this wind. I don't know if we want to change directions. Do we get a choice?
I think we get an opportunity to see maybe they'll take one more stab at it. I'd like to see them go on first. I'd like to see them throw on 1st down here. I'd really like to see them do that because we're really taking them off balance. Exactly. Twin set to the far side. Hardeman's the deep receiver. And it'll be option play, and it's going to be next to nothing.
Still on his feet.
Jones actually got a yard out of it.
Yep.
And again, it has really been a case where Coldspring has really been able to sit on 1st down because they know with pretty much very good odds that it's going to be a run play.
And again, if they try to run up that middle, if they try and run inside those tackles, they are not getting anywhere.
Nope. And I was just hoping that this running game would just get that engine cranked up.
So 2nd down. 9. Ellis Jones turns the corner. Gets to around the 25-yard line, maybe the 26, and that will mark the end of 3 quarters of play here at Coldspring Oakhurst Stadium. Time to get your fours up, Cougs. Defense has kept you in the game. It's time for the offense to step up and deliver the price as well. 3 quarters of play, we are still where we started. It's Lamar 15, Coldspring 15. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Started the 4th quarter here at Coldspring. Brandon Williams, Mike Lockwood, Lewis Perrin Jr., Senior Stats, Lewis Perrin Sr. in the stands. As we are tied 15-15, started the 4th quarter.
They got Hardiman in a slot now.
3rd down, long situation. Ellis Jones back, steps up, throws. Ball is going to be caught. 1st down and a little bit more. And it's going to be number 23, Carlos Bells, with the 1st down reception.
And that was a good catch because they are going to move it up to where he got. Because I was afraid his knee was down when he caught that ball.
Yeah, he squatted down on catcher style. Was able to give another 5 or 6 yards to move the chains. 1st and 10 in a pistol set. And it's going to be
up the middle.
Up the middle again, like you said, they try up the middle, and there's really nothing doing there as Daquan Jones is thrown back.
That's like 4 first downs in a row they've tried that play, and 4 first downs in a row they haven't gotten anything to show for it.
And those 4 first down plays, I bet they probably got 3 yards out of it.
What's the definition of insanity? Trying the same thing over and over again and hoping the results change? Yeah.
So 2nd down, loss of about a yard, make it 2 yards, so 2nd and 12 coming up. Ellis Jones calls the number against Richard, and again, nothing doing. You run up the middle, and it is right in the heart of the strength of the Coldspring defense. He probably gained about a foot of that. So 3rd down and long coming up, 3rd down and 12 with 10:33 to go here in regulation. 4 wide set, Ellis Jones back, steps, throws, ball's tipped in the air, ball's intercepted. Intercepted by Daylon Giddings. Jones had tremendous pressure put on him. Just tried to throw it to get it out of the air, tried to get it out of the way, was tipped by one defender right into the hands of Giddings. So right now, it's Coldspring with an opportunity to snap this tie. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line of Lamar with 10 minutes and 21 seconds remaining. Cooper and Giddings in the backfield. Cooper hurdles one defender, gets to around the 30, maybe the 29-yard line. As Cooper hurdled Daylon Giddings.
He ran solidly into the knee of his own
teammate.
Yep.
Teammate number 1 over there, Davion
Got
Cooper.
6. So 2nd and 4, and that's really been the success of Coldspring when they're able to get those plays, those 5 and 6 yard hitters. Toss again to Cooper. Cooper turns the corner. 25. Stumbled as the turf monster knocked him down. Looks like he's going to be spotted around the 25-yard line. Nevertheless, it's going to be a 1st down for Coldspring.
No, they're going to call it 3rd and 1.
No, they say he's short. So he's about a half-yard short here. 3rd and 1 with 9:27 remaining. He's about a half yard or so. Toss. It's going to be to Giddings. Giddings 1st down and more. As Daylon Giddings plows his way to the 20-yard line. Gain of 6, so 1st and 10. Cooper goes out, and it's going to be the brothers Giddings in the backfield. Number 24, Patrick. Number 28, Daylon. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Toss is going to be to Daylon Giddings. Cuts back. Breaks one tackle. Takes a couple of defenders with him down to the 15-yard line. That's Patrick Giddings, excuse me. Right now, that interception has given the Coldspring offense new life because they have been particularly dormant for about the last quarter and a half.
Now, I'm not saying it necessarily has anything to do with it, but guys, I don't think Reggie Franklin's on the field again.
Yo, he's on the field right now.
Is he?
Yes, he is. Does appear that we no, he's not. Does not appear to be on the. Yes, he is on the field. There he is. Second down, and again, it's going to be a Giddings. It's going to be the smaller Giddings. Patrick Giddings, first down. And like I said, the interception woke up Coldspring because their offense had been thoroughly dominated by Lamar for most of the second and pretty much all the third quarter. First and goal at the 7-yard line, 8:19 remaining. Handoff's going to be to Giddings. Giddings breaks one defender, gets a second, pulls in, touchdown. Patrick Giddings saw his brother get 2 touchdowns. Figured I need to catch up to him. He does with a 7-yard run that makes it 21-15 with 8 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in regulation. Oh, and that interception hurt big time. Third turnover of the night. Snap. Hold. The kick is going to be up. Kick will be good. 8 minutes, 13 seconds remaining. It is now Coldspring leading Lamar 21-16. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 22-15, 8:13 remaining. As you can hear the Coldspring band playing the Jaws theme. And right now, the Cougars going to need a bigger offense to get back into this contest.
Nobody hardly deep at all for Lamar.
There is no one deep. The deepest man is going to be Jones at around the 20. Squib kick is going to be finally fielded by one of the upbacks. Number 57, Marquez Baker.
That was a smart play by just falling on it, guys, instead of trying to pick it up.
Yeah, he's not someone used to handling that football. So
no, not at all. But he did a good job of making sure that it stayed in the hands of Lamar.
And it really looks like they kicked it right to him, thinking, okay, this is where our vulnerability might be.
8 minutes, 8 seconds left. There is a 1st and 10 at the 46 of Lamar.
Now, if they're willing to give you
22-15.
If they're willing to give you this good field position, at least we could do is take advantage of it.
Play is stopped.
Timeout was called prior to that play going by
Timeout's going to be Coldspring. We'll take it with them. 8:06 left. It is Coldspring 22, Lamar 15. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 8 minutes, 6 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Lamar trailing 22-15. As they have the ball 1st and 10, and we'll spot it at the 46, maybe actually the 45 of Lamar. Ellis Jones will go in with a 4-wide receiver set. Richard's the receiver to the near side, trips formation to the far. Ellis Jones rolls out, has room to run, 1st down, a little bit more, and he will go out of bounds.
That's a 1st down play. Thank you.
Go around the corner and make it work. And like you said, Lewis, their success most of the evening on the ground has really been when they turned the corner instead of going up the middle.
And he actually kind of froze the defense a little bit, looking like he reared his arm back, like he was getting ready to cock the arm and throw it.
So 1st down, 1st and 10. He will spot the ball at the 41-yard line of Coldspring after the 14-yard gain. Ellis Jones under center. Hands it off to Cooper, and Cooper breaks a couple of tackles, gets inside the 35 to around the 32, maybe the 33-yard line. So a 2nd and short coming up for Lamar.
Give credit where credit is due. That time they used the middle, they were able to get something out of it.
Again, I think Coldspring was caught off guard with the fact that Ellis Jones was under center. And he will be under center this time. Again, a 4-wide set. Calls his own number. Looks like he's got the 1st down and does have it. So 1st and 10, move the chains, if you will, sirs. They will put the ball down at the 30-yard line. 7 minutes, 26 seconds remaining here. Cougs driving down. Have never led tonight. Tied it in the third quarter. The interception by Ellis Jones led to a touchdown to give Cold Springs the lead again. Handoff's going to be to Cooper. Turns the corner, still on his feet. Cooper still going. Cooper breaking past defenders down to around the 3-yard line.
Good run,
A
guys.
gain of 27 yards by Allen Cooper as he got out of that pile near the sideline and just put the afterburners on before he was dragged down at the 3. First and goal coming up with 7:01 remaining. Ellis Jones trying to call his own number. Will get maybe a yard as the Cold Spring defense was set for that one.
They're going to give him 2. He's going to be down at the 1-yard line now.
Second and goal from the 1 with 6:54 and counting here. Cougs knocking on the door here with an opportunity to tie the contest. Richard and Cooper in the backfield with Ellis Jones. Offset high, Ellis Jones calls his own number. Looks like he got in. We'll await the call.
Yep, there
yes,
it
sir.
is.
Touchdown.
There it is.
Cash it in. Cha-ching. Yes, Ladarian Ellis Jones goes in from a yard out. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left. 37 seconds left. I think you go for the 1.
You go for the 1.
Okay, I was just
Yeah,
getting ready to
Play
say.
it safe.
6.5 minutes, you go for 1.
All right.
And you hear the big band from Cougarland. The Cougs respond big. The Richard, was the Cooper run, the 27-yarder that really set things up. Getting in, ready to kick the extra point. Lots of movement, and actually Lamar will call a timeout.
Yes, they will, because I think they had one too many men on the field.
6:37 to go. We'll take the break. It is Cold Spring 22, Lamar 21. Coug Sports Net will be right back.
Yeah.
Back here, 6:37 to go after the timeout. Cougs are set to attempt the extra point that would tie the game at 22. Darian Ellis Jones with the 1-yard run, capping off a 55-yard scoring drop. Was capped, highlighted by the 27-yard run by Cooper.
Yep.
Snap, the hold, the kick is up, and Guillen is going to be good. 6:37 remaining. It is Lamar back again. Their second time tonight. It is Lamar 22, Cold Spring 22. Coug Sports Net will be right back.
Oh, boy.
New score with 6:37 remaining as it's Lamar 22, Cold Spring 22. As the offense stepped up following the Cold Spring touchdown and marched right downfield on a 55-yard drive. And it looks as if neither of the return men for Cold Spring are very deep.
Yeah, they're
The
both.
deepest guy is Reggie Johnson, and he's at around the 19-yard line.
And the wind has died down considerably.
Again, kicks it off, high end over end kick, fielded by Johnson and around the 22-yard line. Breaks a couple of tackles, has a little room to run, midfield, 45, Guillen, saved the touchdown. Ricky Guillen, the last line of defense, makes the stop, because if he doesn't, Douglas Johnson is going very, very far.
Yeah, that would have been a coast to coast if he hadn't been there.
At the 38-yard line, nonetheless.
That's the first real break we've seen in special teams. They've done a pretty good job out here tonight covering.
43-yard return by Johnson. And a timeout by Cold Spring with 6:26 remaining. We'll take it with them. Score tied 22-all. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So after the Cold Spring timeout, it is 6 minutes, 26 seconds remaining. The 43-yard return by Douglas Johnson put Cold Spring at the 38-yard line of Lamar. And we'll see if the Lamar defense can make a stop here. Top is going to be to Giddings. Giddings turns the corner. 30, close to the 25-yard line. Tackle made by Reggie Franklin. Franklin slow to get up. He is playing gamely tonight with a sore shoulder. Took a while to bounce back up, but he's there.
Well, when they do that pitch out, guys, they have the blockers out in front. They're going to be able to stretch that out real well.
Nice power sweep on that one. gain of 11, so 1st and 10. As Patrick Giddings again with the carry inside the 25, inside the 20, close to a 1st down before Jason Douglas makes the stop and a late flag coming.
That's going to
And the way they're clapping, it looks like this might go against Lamar.
And Reggie is going to have to trot off. That was twice now he was in on a play. That time he got hurdled over the top of. And
dead ball, personal foul against Lamar. Just like that, 2 runs and a penalty. And Coldspring is well inside the Lamarck red zone. They'll spot him at the 9, 1st and goal with 5:59 remaining. Defense needs a stop here big time. Handoff's going to be to Giddings. Giddings breaks 1 tackle, still on his feet. Carries a couple of defenders inside the 5, maybe to around the 4-yard line.
Seeing what we saw back in that 1st quarter, trying to go up a little bit too high on that man. You're not going to be able to bring him down like that.
Coldspring giving Lamar too much brotherly love here on Friday the 13th. As it's been the Giddings who combined for all 3 of their touchdowns here. 5:21 remaining. And you've got both Giddings in the backfield. Toss is going to be to number 24, Patrick Giddings. And Giddings isn't going to get much of anything. Stopped at around the 5, maybe the 6-yard line. Val Allen there on the stop.
Along with Chason Douglas and number 2 that time, Demetrius James, who came in to spell Reggie Franklin.
3rd and goal. Ball is spotted at the 4-yard line.
2 stops here, guys. Got to be 2 stops. 2 stops.
Clock now starting to run. 4:55 remaining. Butler in now. It's the fullback, and Giddings is going to be swarmed. He nearly lost the football, guys. Tried to gain control of it, but before he got a chance to move forward, he got smothered. Number 55, Arthur Roseman. Number 52 also in there.
And 57.
Edwards. And number 57, Marquez Baker. 4th down coming up.
Block it.
So they will attempt the field goal. And it will be the quarterback, Caleb Morrison, will attempt what looks like it will be a short field goal. And the kick is blocked. Bounced up in the air, picked up by Lamar, defender. Oh!
He had room to
Anthony
run.
Wright had room to run, and a convoy starting to build up. But nonetheless, give credit to the Cougars for blocking that kick.
All right, let's make
Who
this.
got that? Was that big number 55?
Not sure.
Looked like Arthur Roseman was the man who got a hand up. That ball bounced in the direction, and my goodness, Anthony Wright had nothing but green in front of him and a boatload of friends to take him home.
All right, let's.
And it was the green that brought him down.
Let's score with 4-minute drive. What do you think, guys?
Y'all take a 4-minute, 2-second drive any day of the week. 1st down. 1st and 10 for Lamar. And they will spot the ball. Looks like they will spot it at the 10-yard line. So this is where Ladarian Ellis-Jones and company will start. 90 yards to go.
Yes, sir.
4:03 left. This could be a defining drive for Lamarck. Officials still
conferring over there on the far side.
Looks like they have got their I's dotted, their T's crossed. And a new football coming along.
That's good. We'll score with a new football.
No, they're just bringing it to the other side.
Nope.
Okay. All right, guys, 90 yards.
Looks like we're ready to play some ball.
90 yards.
Under center is Ellis-Jones. Handoff's going to be to Cooper. Turns a corner. Breaks 1 tackle. Still on his feet. Gets to around maybe the 15-yard line. Lots of chatter on the sidelines. As both teams. Last thing neither team needs is a personal foul and unsportsmanlike conduct. Looks like Cooper got him at 4, maybe 5.
We got to get this ball spotted. Come on.
3:35. Clock continuing to run.
Come on, we need to get this clock going. This drive going. Well, the referee had just taken up way too much time.
Anytime you want to start, Mr. Official. We got all night.
Not really.
Not really. But certainly he deserves a little sarcasm. Free play coming up. Oh, they blew the whistle before.
Again?
Again.
There was no contact there, guys. That's a free play.
That's around the 4th time that the whistle saved Coldspring on what could have been a free play. But it does move the chains. Oh, actually moves them a little close, moves it closer to a first down, excuse me. So make it around 2nd and 3. 2nd and 2, handoff to Cooper. Cooper trying to turn. Cooper's gonna be slung down. Good stop. Does that look like number 92, Joel Stone there on the stop? And another Coldspring player down. We'll take the break at 2:51. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 2 minutes, 51 seconds left. 3rd down and around 8. Make it 3rd and 7 for Lamar. The ball is spotted at the 15-yard line.
Hardeman's in a slot.
Ellis Jones rolls out, has pressure, evades one man, tries to stay on his feet but won't. Hesitated, and the pocket just got enveloped by a host of Trojan defenders led by number 92, Joel Stone. And Stone's been a guy whose name has been called often here tonight. 4th down, and Coldspring is going to end up with some pretty good field position at 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining. Clock continuing to run. 2:13 and counting. As we're approaching the 2-minute mark, looks like the Cougars will use the timeout here as the play clock runs down to 2-1. He'll use it. Exactly 2 minutes remaining. It is Coldspring 22, Lamar 22. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Cole has set the punt, and the worry about this is that the Cougars have struggled with high snaps all season long, including tonight. Number 2, Douglas Johnson, is lined up at the Lamar 49. Cole is lined up about a half yard deep in his end zone. And again, a high snap. That is going to be close to going out of the end zone. Oh, God. Oh, God. For the second time tonight, a high snap comes across. It's a safety. And not only that, the Trojans will get the ball back with the 1:53 remaining.
You called it.
Oh, Friday the 13th, this is good for the Cougars. Up to the defense, still hope, guys.
Oh, yeah.
With a 1:53 remaining.
If there's any positive at all, it's that he was able to get on that football and cover it rather than having Coldsprings do it for him.
We talked all night about the fact that the entire Lamar team, they just really have not been together on the same page. It just seemed like one unit was always a page, or maybe a half page behind. And tonight it's looked like the special teams. 2 high snaps. And that second one really, really a crippling as the Trojans now lead 24-22 with the 1:53 remaining. What more can you say at this point, guys?
What we can say at this point is that the defense is really going to have to do something special here.
You're going to have a turnover or something. First of 4 games on the road for Lamar. As next week, Cougars will be in Reliance Stadium to take on the Lamar Consolidated Mustangs. 6 days later, we'll be on television.
Yep.
The Tube coming to watch the Cougs as they take on Houston St. Pius X. That's a Thursday nighter.
Kick this thing deep. I mean deep. Don't kick it high.
They tried it onside. That ball was touched before 10 yards.
It was touched by a Lamar player first, so
yep.
It's really not going to matter. The Trojans are going to end up with good field position anyway, as they will spot the ball at the 28-yard line of Lamar with 1:49 left.
And if they call an illegal touch on this, that's going to bump it up another 5.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the case. Yep, does look like they're going to bump it up a little more. Legal touch against Lamar. They will spot the ball at the 27. 1:49 to go here. Cougs need a stop. Trojans at the 27 of Lamar. Handoff's going to be to Giddings, and Giddings is going to be slammed down. Move the pile a bit as he got the ball inside the 25, maybe to the 21.
Carry number 24,
a 5-yard carry on that play. 5 yards more than what we need to be giving them right now.
And the Cougars will take a timeout, 1:44 remaining. It's Clear Springs 22, Lamar 24, excuse me.
You mean
Lamar
Coldspring.
22,
Cold Springs, not Clear.
That's
Clear
all right.
Springs, there we go. But we'll be right back.
There you go.
Minute 44, it's Coldspring 24, Lamar 22. 2nd and 5 for the Trojans at the 22 of Lamar. Trojans get a first down. This one's all but over. Handoff is going to be to Giddings, and Giddings is going to be sworn down. Not on this one. That's number 44, Justin Britton. There on the tackle. Clock continues to run.
Come on, get the play clock going. Thank you.
Clock starts with 1:26 and counting.
It's going to be 2-down territory, guys.
Oh, there's no question.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. If Lamarck's lucky, they'll get the ball back with 10 seconds left.
Play clock down to 9. We'll approach a minute 8 to go. Handoff's going to be to Giddings, and Giddings, either he's close to the first down or he got it. And it looks like there's another man down for Clear Springs. They are whistling and telling the physicians to get over here. It'll be a timeout with 57 seconds left. We'll take it with them. Coldspring 24, Lamar 22. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Number 72, Chris Ferguson of Coldspring, able to walk off the field under his own power, always a good thing. Cougars Coldspring is a half-yard short of a first down. 57 seconds left, so the injury to Ferguson actually worked in favor of Lamar because it stopped the clock. But 4th down, a half-yard, the Cougars are going to need the stop of the season thus far in order to give LaDarian Ellis-Jones that offense one last chance.
Ball at the 17-yard line, 4th down.
Ball at the 17-yard line. Again, he probably needs about a half-yard for a first down.
Be ready, guys. He's going to go quick.
Cougs stack up. Play clock down to 9. Clock going down to 35 seconds. Morris is going to go forward. Looks like he has the first down, and he'll do it.
Yep.
So lanky Caleb Ferguson gets those yards, moves the chains, and that'll do it. Just a rough night all around for the Lamar Cougars. And every time it seemed like an opportunity was coming along for them, it squirted away.
Never had
any momentum, never had the lead here.
Tonight.
The play clock winding down at 18 seconds. All Morrison has to do is go into the best play in football. Victory formation.
Quarterback Morrison takes a knee.
And the final score coming up, and here it is. Coldspring 24, Lamar 22, as the Cougars fall to 1-2. A tough loss.
It really was. It was a loss we really shouldn't have taken. We had, again, kind of like the last couple of weeks, we've had plenty of opportunities, just not quite able to capitalize on them. Did a little bit of shooting ourselves in the foot, particularly early with 8 penalties in the first half. A couple of them were actually critical, stalling out drives. Offense just not quite able to find its sync, whether it was play calling or whether it was actual just performance up there on the front 7 of the offense. Defense gave it a gallant effort in the second half, just not able to do enough to keep Cold Springs down as Cold Springs, they showed what they were made of today, and Lamarck's having a little bit of difficulty doing that right now.
3 turnovers by the Cougars, a couple of botched snap punts, including the one that leads to the safety that proves to be the game winner. And right now, Dr. Mike Jackson and his Cougars got a lot of soul searching to do between now and next Friday as they take on the Mustangs of Lamar Consolidated at Reliant Stadium. Guys, we got to give some game balls out. Offensively, I think it's pretty much a clear call on that, Lewis.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think that one's going to go to Mark Hardeman. Mike Hardeman, sorry. Nice touchdown catch. A couple of other catches leading up to a first down and maintained a drive here in the second half. Yeah, I think he was our clear-cut winner for offensive player of the game.
Defense not quite easy because there is a host of guys who stepped up and helped keep Lamar in this contest.
Reggie Franklin did a little bit of sparking to get going. Chason Douglas would probably be my leading candidate as he was in an awful lot of stops, and if it's not him, then I'd probably have to lean towards Edwards.
Well, and also who's number
Kenneth
52?
Edwards. Yeah, Kenneth Edwards.
Yeah, that's
Kenneth Edwards. Tyree Mason had a great game.
Yep.
You saw Emil Fleming, sophomore defensive lineman. He had a couple of stops. He had a couple of big stops, showed that size.
Well, I
think Edwards would have to be the guy tonight.
Yeah, I think all 3 of us mentioned him. I think that's where we're going to have to lean.
There you go.
So, tough one for you, Mark. But that's why you play the games. 1-2 as we go into Reliant Stadium. Hopefully, Etheridge North will be the tonic that the Cougars need next Friday night as they take on the 4A Mustangs of Lamar Consolidated. Sorry I couldn't bring you a win tonight, but guys, final score is Coldspring 24, Lamar 22. For Lewis Jones, I'll mention him in a bit because he is involved in this. For Lewis Jones, also Lewis Perrin Sr., Lewis Perrin Jr., Senior Stats, Mike Lockwood. Happy anniversary to my sister and her husband, Otis and Keisha Gatson, big Cougar fans. They celebrate their 14th anniversary this Wednesday. So let's go ahead and say goodbye from here. Final score, Coldspring 24, Lamar 22. We'll see you at Reliant next Friday. Cougars take state.